I'm afraid of being rejected. What if I'm not enough? Can anyone relate to this? So many people are afraid to be transparent and authentic and be seen truly, fully, because there's that fear. And whether that is in relationships or in friendships or in with family, ooh, that's a tough one. Or opening up your business, starting this thing that really brings you joy and is your passion, maybe something artistic, or just opening up to life itself. What if you do all of that? You give yourself, all of yourself, you surrender, and then you get a shutdown of, you're not enough. That's horrible. Who do you think you are? And that would be so soul crushing and hurtful. And your mind is there just fearing that if that were to happen, I may never recover from that. If this sounds like you, then today I'm sharing the one simple solution. There's literally one solution to releasing that, not enoughness and that fear of rejection. And it's not a pep talk, it's something a lot deeper. So let's dive right in. All right, so I absolutely love this one because actually this is something that I have spoken to somebody personal a few weeks ago, and then yesterday I had a client that said exactly this, and because I was just so present in the session as I always am, it was very different to a personal conversation. I was just had like the no-brainer solution, right? So do you want to hear the solution? Do you want to hear the solution? The solution to not feeling like you're enough, to being afraid of being rejected. Just be enough. It's so simple. Here's what I mean by that, right? Just be enough. So I worked with a client. Let's go into the romantic relationships. I worked with a client who was there. I want to attract this kind of partner. And I asked him to write out a list. Okay, so what is this person like? What is she like? How does she show up in the world? What are her qualities and traits? And he wrote it out. And then I asked him the difficult question: are you the kind of man that would attract this kind of person? Would she want to be with you with how you show up right now in your life? And I walked this several clients through this, and sometimes I'm kind of there, and sometimes it's no, definitely not. Like I'm absolutely not that. Like I don't show up the way that this person would appreciate. Like they wouldn't be with someone like me. I still have a lot of inner work to do. And this is just so powerful because this right there just shows, of course, that man is going to be afraid of being rejected and he's not going to want to be seen and being transparent. It's terrifying because he knows that he's not living the best version of his life. He's not showing up as the very best version of himself that he could. So it's not the rejection of others that he's afraid of. He's afraid to see that rejection of himself through others. Because remember, there's no outside, there's only within us. Any trigger that we have is within us. So when we're not accepting ourselves, we're afraid that we're always going to be rejected by everyone else. We're not going to be enough. So how do we do that exactly? How do we feel enough? Are you living the best version of your life? What does the best version of yourself look like? How does he or she feel like? Are you embodying that? Are you making everyday choices that are in alignment with that? So, for most people, for most men, it's freedom. For the feminine, not for men, I want to see those of the masculine, men or women, it's freedom, okay? For those of the feminine, it's connection. Ultimately, it's the yin and the yang. We experience both. So we want that freedom, we want that connection. Are you in alignment with that? Are you creating however that looks like for you in your everyday life? So if we're there putting ourselves down, we're like, I want to do this, but right now is not the good time, or I'm not, it's not exactly right, or what if there's going to be consequences of these actions? We're shutting ourselves down. We're not proud of that. We're ashamed of that. And that is really all that it comes down to. When we feel like we're not enough, is because we have shame. We feel that there is some shame for our lives, that I could be better and I'm not being that. I'm not good enough. So the way to get out of that is, how can you start building that? How can you show up as that perfect version of yourself? And from that place, when you just start making those steps, it doesn't matter whatsoever whether someone approves of you or not. It doesn't matter whether they reject you or not. And I'm speaking about this because, like, so confidently, because I've been there. And I was afraid to be transparent. I was afraid to be authentic. And now I'm nothing but that, because I just saw the results of what happens when a person really steps into it. I've experienced it on my own, and I see clients just glowing where they allow themselves to be that. And there's no more I'm not enough. There's no more I'm going to be alone. There's no possibility of that, because they know they've got them. There's just this inner confidence and freedom and just connection with the self that's just radiating through them. And it's so powerful to observe and to witness that. So with this video, I'm asking you, where is it that you have shame within you? Because not only does this affect you, it also, in the long run, if you can't love yourself, you're not going to love anyone else. If you're there afraid to be seen, you're afraid to be vulnerable, you're afraid to be authentic, you're going to judge all other people's authenticity and vulnerability. You're going to be there not being able to handle it. You're going to be able to, it's going to be way too much for you, because it's way too much for yourself. You haven't accepted all of you. So with this video, where is it that there's shame within you? Where is it that you're not accepting yourself? Where is it that you're second guessing yourself instead of just doing, this is what's right for me and this is what I want and I'm going to act on it? Because when you're doing what's authentically for you, it doesn't matter if anyone rejects you, because you know that you've given that moment, this particular moment, like, I was the best version of myself. I know that I showed up and I did what was right for me. Like, this is how I wanted to show up. I had this difficult conversation, or I did this thing that really excites me and brings me joy. I wanted to do it and I showed up as the best version of myself. There's absolutely no doubt. There's no I'm not good enough. There is no fear of rejection, because who cares if they reject it? I don't reject myself anymore. So let me know if this resonated. Let me know where are you in living this, okay? And as always, if you guys want to do one-on-one, because again, I love witnessing this in my clients. I love seeing that transformation from before and after, and we really write down from scales. I have these scales of, okay, where are you at in these different aspects of your life, and just seeing the transformation at the end of the program. And it's just a gift. So if you guys want to do one-on-one, definitely DM me, and we can discuss more about how can I be there to support you. Thank you guys for watching, and have a powerful day.